I've been in recruitment for almost 15 years. And in that time, I've sat in on hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of meetings with hiring managers after they've interviewed candidates. And in that time, there are things I've heard over and over and over again that they tell me that they hated. They hated that a candidate did this, said that, mentioned this, etc. In today's video, I am going to give you 11 things that hiring managers hate. That way, in your next interview, you can avoid doing it. Let's go. Now, the first things hiring managers hate is when you talk negatively about your current company, manager, team, right? Those are three things you need to avoid. I've always said negativity never serves you as a candidate. I still agree with that. One of a few things will happen if you do this. One, they're going to think that you're just a negative person and someone who might down the road be problematic, or that you are part of the problem. The next thing hiring managers hate in the job interview is when a candidate talks about a job that isn't theirs. So maybe it's a different job for the same company. Maybe it's a different job, right? So if you're interviewing, they go, okay, what attracted you to this for this job? And you go, oh, actually like several jobs in your company. I think this job looks cool, but I also applied for a different one. I can tell you for sure, they do not like that. In the interview, you want to be laser focused on their opportunity and why their opportunity is a good fit for you. It is not going to help you to talk about other different available jobs you might be interested in. Trust me, that will backfire. Hiring managers hate when you check your phone during interview, check something on your computer, or have your phone go off, or get a notification, or a little buzz, or a little ring, or a little something like that. They hate that. If that happens to you in your interview, that could be a deal breaker right there. Now, some hiring managers are going to be cool with it. You go, oh, you know what? I am so sorry. Let me silence that and move forward. They'll be fine. But there are definitely old school hiring managers out there who will absolutely not tolerate that. So make sure you don't let any of that happen. Don't do any of those things. Trust me. One of the things I have heard time and time again from hiring managers is they hate it when a candidate doesn't answer their actual question, right? So the hiring manager asks you a question and you go on, you're giving an answer, but it doesn't actually address the thing they specifically asked you. The feedback I've heard from hiring managers time and time again is, you know, Ben, I kept asking this candidate questions, but they never actually answered my question. That has knocked out so many candidates in my 15 years or so of being in the business. Trust me, you got to make sure that you're answering the question. If they ask you one thing, you can't play politician and dance around it and answer something else. You have to be concise and answer their question. Hey, by the way, if you're finding value in this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's free, it tells YouTube I don't suck, and it helps me a ton. It also motivates me to make more videos like this. And if you're already willing to do that, hit subscribe. That way you never miss one of my 3 free weekly videos, all designed to help you land your dream job, maximize your career. Hiring managers hate a rambler. They don't like someone who rambles on and on and on and on. I have heard the feedback from hiring managers many times, always negatively. Ben, I couldn't get a word in edgewise. The person just kept talking. They kept going and going and going and going. That is not going to help you. If they ask you a simple question like, hey, how are you doing? And you take 9 minutes to answer that question, that is a bad thing, all right? So make sure you are concise, economy of words. It's really important not to ramble, to be concise and get to the point in an effective manner in which you cover just enough detail, but not too much. This next thing drives hiring managers crazy. You make a claim and then they ask you to tell them more and then you can't back it up. Right? Now that could mean a lot of things, but if you say, hey, I was a top salesperson doing this at my company. Oh, great. What were the things, what was your biggest sale? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Well, what was the client that bought the most from you? Or what was your most repeated client? Or what was the toughest client you had that you were able to make a sale on? Nah, I don't remember. If you're going to make a claim in the interview, you need to be able to back it up. You need to have examples. That's why it makes sense to tell the truth. If you make something up, it can be really hard to make up a second, third, fourth thing. But make sure you also have great examples. And if you're going to make a claim in the interview, make sure you can back it up. Hiring managers hate when candidates arrive late. If you arrive late to your interview, you best be the best candidate in the world or you are not getting that job. I mean, there are hiring managers I know where if you are 15 seconds late, it doesn't matter. You're not getting that job. And think about it logically. This is like a one instance in which you know you need to be on time. And if you can't do that, what does that say about your ability moving forward to be on time? Now look, there are extenuating circumstances, I get that. There is traffic, there's life, things happen, I get that. But hiring managers are very unforgiving when it comes to people being late. Now this will probably surprise you. Hiring managers hate it when you talk about your side hustle. Most hiring managers do not want to hear about your side hustle. They don't want to hear about the things you do outside of work to make money. You want to know why? They are all concerned that you will be distracted. You'll be focused on something else. And at the end of the day, if it becomes successful enough, you might leave to go do that full time. I have never had a single hiring manager go, hey, they have a pretty significant, really cool side hustle. It makes me like them more. Hiring managers like hobbies. Like, I like to program in my free time for fun, and I like to learn new coding languages. That's good if you're a software engineer. But if you have a side hustle, most hiring managers I have talked to about the subject, they do not like that. You seem disinterested. Hiring managers hate a candidate who seems distracted, disinterested, and not really excited about their role. Look, at the end of the day, every single hiring manager wants someone who is excited about their role. They don't want someone who comes in and goes, yeah, no, I can totally do this job. Okay, yeah, right? That kind of bland energy isn't going to get you anywhere, and certainly not going to help you land a job. Hiring managers hate that. There are a few things that irritate hiring managers more than when a candidate is uninformed, right? If they say, hey, what do you think about our products? Or, what do you know about our company? Or etc. Any random question that's basically asking you surface level knowledge about the role or the organization, and you don't have a good, compelling answer that shows you at least did cursory research, that is a problem. Hiring managers hate an uninformed candidate because what they assume is if you are uninformed, it's because you didn't prioritize it. It's not important to you, and they don't want to feel like that. You don't have any questions. Hiring managers hate it when they go through an interview, they're asking you a bunch of stuff, and they go, okay, what questions do you have for me? And the candidate goes, I looked at the website, I don't have any questions. Don't ever do that. That is the quickest way to derail your interview possible. It's why I made this video here. This video here is 27 great questions you can ask in your interview. In this video, I say it's the last video you'll ever need on interview questions to ask as a candidate. So I am done here, but I will go see you over there.